What's up, everyone? And today I'm bringing a deck fall on my Purrely deck. This is a deck I've been wanting to do for a while, but Purrely's it was just so expensive at one point. There's just no way I could get it. But now that's all been reprinted and it's perfectly affordable, I figured why not finally do a deck profile on it. Now before we get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more amazing videos. Let's start off with the 2 copies of Purrely and 2 copies of Purrely. Now, both these have an effect to where you can actually summon this and another using this card and one of your memory cards, which is the quick play spells. Purrely has an effect on summon to excavate the top 2 cards as a Purrely card that is excavated. Then you can, it has an additional effect to where you can reveal one Purrely quick play spell from your hand. Special summon from your extra deck one Purrely monster who has that card listed in its description. For example, like for Purrely Pretty Memory, it'd be Purrely Beauty, and both Purrely and that card will become the material for that XYZ monster. Purrely is kind of the same thing except using a quick play from your graveyard. Don't really want a whole lot of like monsters outside of the Purrelys, and the rest is mostly just hand traps like the 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Nibiru, and the 3 Ghost Ogre. Or not the 3 Ghost Ogre, the 2 Ghost Ogre. Moving on to the spells, you play 3 Happy Memory. Now, all the Purrely memories have an effect that you can do something, then activate one of the following effects. So for Happy Memory, you choose one card on the field until the end of that turn. First time it would be destroyed by a card effect, it is not destroyed. And after choosing a card, then you can apply the following effect. Discard 1 card, and if you do, spell summon a level 1 Purrely monster from your deck. Which the cool thing with Purrely is that this is now once per turn. So the on summon effect to activate and add one, as long as you keep summoning it, you can keep using it. And a Purrely XYZ monster that has this card's material gains the following effect. This card can attack monsters the number of times each battle phase up to the number of Purrely Happy Memory attached to it plus 1. So all the memories give the monster they're attached to an additional effect. Next, we run 3 Pretty Memory. Pretty Memory, each player gains 1,000 life points. Then the same thing, you can either discard 1 card to special level 1 Purrely, or a Purrely XYZ monster gains this effect, which is the effect it will be gaining is once per turn, send one other card you control to the graveyard, then target 1 card your opponent controls, attach it to this card's material. So it's kind of like the Leviathan Dragon for generators in a way. Next, I run 2 Delicious Memory. Delicious Memory, you choose one monster to the field until the end of the next turn. It cannot be destroyed in battle. And the effect that it will give the XYZ monster it's attached to is it gains 200 attack for each material attached to it, which could be pretty useful because it's going to be gaining a lot of materials, usually around like 4 to 5, so that can end up being a pretty big boost. Next, I run 3 Sleepy Memory. Sleepy, the effect it gives is once per turn when during your opponent's standby phase, you can draw 1 card. So that could be useful, you could draw into a hand trap or something like that. Next, I run 3 copies of My Friend Purrely. Personally, one of my favorite cards in the deck. Pay 500 life points to reveal 3 Purrely cards from your deck except My Friend Purrely. Your opponent randomly picks 1 for you to add. And additionally, if a face-up Purrely XYZ monster control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can add up to 3 Purrely quick play spells with different names from graveyard to your hand. So if they get rid of your Purrely monster, then you're going to have enough fuel to bring out another one. And the cool thing with My Friend Purrely, the cards you're revealing, they can all be of the same card. Like, it doesn't have to be 3 cards with different names. You could reveal 3 Pretty Memory if that's what you want. Next, I run 3 Stray Purrely Street. Stray Purrely Street is honestly a card that kind of confuses me. It's one of those cards where, like, you want to run it, but I don't like to run it. It's got a cool effect that your opponent cannot target Purrely monsters you control with card effects the turn they are summoned. And once per turn, if you face a Purrely XYZ monster control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, special summon 1 level 1 Purrely monster from your deck or graveyard. Additionally, once per turn during the end phase, you can target 1 Purrely monster or 1 Purrely XYZ monster on the field, attach 1 Purrely quick play spell from your deck or graveyard to that monster as material. So the last effect is going to be the more important one because, as you've seen with the Purrely memories, is that they will give what they're attached to additional effects. So that will in turn boost the Purrely monster that you're attaching a memory from the deck. Next, I play 3 Crossout Designator. I play a bunch of hand traps and we really don't like getting hand trapped. Next, I run the 1 copy of Purrely Leap. or Purrely. Target one Purrely XYZ monster you control, and spell summon one from your extra deck one Purrely XYZ monster with a different rank, by using that target as material, but return it to the extra deck during the end phase. So this is a good way of getting out the X Purrelys, or more specifically, the X Purrely Nor. Since the E Purrely Nor searches out the trap, it's an easy way for you to get into your E Purrely Nor. Moving on to the extra deck, I run 2 copies of E Purrely Beauty. Now, Beauty, once per turn, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effect until the end of the turn, and if you have Purrely Pretty Memory as material, this becomes a quick effect. And up to thrice per turn, if you activate a Purrely Quick Play spell, quick effect, you can attach that card to this card as material. Now, all the E-Purrelys have that effect to where up to thrice you can attach a quick play spell that you activate to it. This is what's going to allow you to build up the materials and to make your E-Purrelys pretty strong. I run 2 copies of Plump. Once per turn, you can target up 2 spell traps in the graveyard and attach them to this card as material. And if this has Delicious Memory, this is a quick effect. Next, I run 2 copies of Happiness. At the end of the damage step of this card battles, you can add 1 Purrely card from your deck to your hand. And if you have Happy Memory as material, you can have the attack of 1 face-up monster on the field. And it also has a secondary effect, the same as the other E-Purrelys, to up to thrice if you activate a quick play spell, attach it to as material. I run 1 copy of E Purrely Nor. I had all the Purrelys, but I don't have Nor. I thought I had a copy of Nor, but I just cannot find it. But Nor, once per turn, you can discard a card to target 1 card your opponent controls. Or up to 2 if this card has Sleepy Memory as material, return those cards to the hand. So this is one that also can set one Purrely trap directly from your deck, and it's just really good to have that disruption. Unfortunately, it's not a quick effect like the E Purrely Beauty, but it's going to be one of the cards you're probably going to make often, if anything, just to get the Purrely Eep. Also run 2 copies of X Purrely Nor. X Purrely Nor can be XYZ summoned using a rank 2 monster control with 5 or more materials, and this card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects while it has 5 or more materials. If you detach 2 from this card, then target 1 card your opponent controls or in the graveyard, place it on the bottom of the deck. This is a quick effect if you have a level 1 Purrely monster as material. So basically it's trying to get into the X Purrely Nor. Ideally, if you can make X Purrely Nor turn 1, that's really good. You're going to be in a very good spot because it's got all the protection and disruption. I run the 1 Assembled Nightingale, 1 Downward Magician, and 1 Zeus. Just a easy quick pathway to Zeus, and of course the Assembled Nightingale can be pretty good as well. For the links, I just run the 1 Anima, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and 1 Access Code to finish games off. That's it for my Purrely deck. Let me know, what do you think of Purrely? Do you think it's well, it is a pretty good deck. It's seen competitive play, but do you think it's a pretty fun deck? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.